Good morning and welcome to Dominion Sport. I am Abe Paul Toluwanimi, and here are the top stories making the headlines in the world of sport. We begin in the Premier League, where Arsenal FC continue to strengthen their grip at the top of the table. The Gunners secured a hard-fought 1-0 victory over Brighton of Albion, extending their provisional lead to 7 points at the summit and keeping their title charge firmly on track. Meanwhile, Manchester City drop a crucial point at the Etihad Stadium, surrendering the lead twice in an entertaining 2-2 draw with Nottingham Forest. The result leaves City 7 points behind Arsenal in what is quickly becoming a fascinating title race. Over at Newcastle FC, a drama unfolded as Magpies defeated Manchester United FC despite being reduced to 10 men. A stunning late strike from William Osula sealed the victory and also ended Michael Carrick's impressive unbeaten run as manager, which previously stood at 6 wins, 1 draw and 1 defeat. In Spain, Mikel Oyarzabal was the hero as Real Sociedad booked their place in the final of the Copa del Rey, keeping their hopes of domestic silverware alive. Back home in Nigeria Professional Football League, Rivers United FC delivered a dominant display in a rescheduled fixture to secure all 3 points and return to the top of the table. Away from football, concerns continue and grow over the upcoming Women's African Nations Cup with just 12 days to kick off and still no official confirmation clarifying ongoing uncertainty around the tournament. And in the world of basketball, the Oklahoma City Thunders edged New York Knicks, extending their lead at the top of the Western Conference standing. These are the top stories, and there's plenty more coming up. Once again, I'm Abe Paul Toluwanimi, and I'm not alone in the studio this wonderful morning. I have Sanuruddin Alimi joining me in the studio, and also Abiola joining me in the studio this wonderful morning. Top of the morning to you. Let me ask you, yesterday was quite interesting when it comes to the result in the Premier League. Arsenal picking up the victory, and we saw, the interview, the post-game interview from the manager of Brighton of Albion, saying so many things, and Mikel Arteta had nothing to say about that. Picking up the victory, Manchester City slipping off, Manchester United losing to 10 men. For you, what was the entertainment like, in the Premier League?
Yeah, the vibe was very much yesterday, and Arsenal, they are beginning to prove that they are going to be champions this season. Arsenal, naturally, they play very...
Just want to get over the line, and that was all for them yesterday. And for whoever cares, that is what you need. If you want to be champions, you have to be ruthless. Don't listen to the naysayers. Just do your job on the pitch, and whatever anyone says, that's your cup of tea. And getting the cup at the end of the season, if you keep up the performances. And like I said they have the title to lose. Yes, they've been up above the Premier League rivals almost all season long, and that's to show you how good they have been this season. Their rivals have not been able to give answers to their questions, and Brighton is not a good ground for Arteta and his side for over a while, but yesterday they were able to get the point. There were complaints from Fabian Osler about the tactics that was employed by Mikel Arteta and his boys, but who gives an answer?
Yeah, come on. Who gives an hook to that? It's none of your business.
So
we're getting to the point.
For Guardiola, sad for him. Yeah. And like I said, this is in Guardiola. The Guardiola team is not the team of 3-4 seasons ago that did the 4-pit. They are not as strong as they were, and this season they papered over the cracks for a long time now. But now it didn't work yesterday. Nottingham Forest were ready to give answers, and Nottingham Forest actually needed the points as well, because they're also in the relegation battle. So it was just a very beautiful game. 2 goals from Man City could not get the victory for them. Haaland puffed and puffed, but it wasn't at his best yesterday. Right. Sad one for Manchester City. They are now 7 points behind Arsenal with a game in hand, with a very big if they can win the game. They slip back to 4 points, but it's a very big if now. Arsenal look like destined champions this season. So for Manchester United, it didn't work out for them yesterday. For the past 3 or 4 games, they've been late into the game. Even with the red card for Newcastle yesterday, they were not able to get it, and it was horrible defending for me from Tara Malacia. Been off the game for a very long time. Came on to try and get something from after the injury to Mazraoui, but it didn't work out for Michael Carrick. Yeah. They are still third on the log, 3 points ahead of what's his name? Arsenal. 3 points ahead of Chelsea, Liverpool, and Aston Villa. So Liverpool lost on Tuesday. Villa lost to Chelsea yesterday, so the race for
the
European slot is still on. So it's just exciting times in the world of football right now. The running is almost here. We are going to get to see matches back to back. There's the FA Cup, there's the Champions League next season. It's just interesting times in the world of football right now.
Beautiful, beautiful. They say I don't let the cat out of the bag. We have done that already, but let's just track back to how we start off the show. It's going to be the updates from the local front this wonderful morning. We got the rescheduled game for Rivers United picking up the victory 3-0 against El Kanemi Warriors. Just like you said yesterday, it's going to be a victory for Coach Finidi George.
Yeah, Finidi George, he shows that he understands the terrain. He's been here for a while, and you could see yesterday they proved the mettle of champions. They dominated the game from start to finish, and I'm not surprised they got the three points and 3 goals. They are almost good for the title. I don't see them dropping off that top position again.
I agree with you, but I just want to say, one of the major problems with the MPFL this season, especially with some teams, has been consistency. But one team who has been able to do that is actually Rivers United. Just 3 losses this season shows the formidable side for them. Do you see them also slipping off the pedal, going forward with the many games to look forward to in the MPFL?
I don't think so. I don't think so. Finidi understands the terrain so well, and I think there's a general perception now that the title is within sight. So I'm sure they'll just hang in there till the end of the season.
Okay, I'm going to ask you, Sanuru, title within sight, but you have a team like Enugu Rangers, tracking on your back. And you said yesterday that going away from home for Rivers United, it's a big, record for them, and not having to get 3 points most of the time going away from home. And the next rescheduled game away from home to also they have a game against Shooting Star. That's one game to look forward to too. You look at a team like Enugu Rangers, look at a team like Ikorodu City, and this season it's just been 1.2 point adrift. Most of these teams at the log of the table.
For me, out of the chasing pack for Rivers United right now, Rangers United look like the most serious amongst them. They have a coach that understands the job. They've won the title before. Ikorodu City were babies last year. This is they came around, they showed their stuff. They off and puff for a while, but they seem to be slipping down the pecking order right now. They were defeated 4-0 over the weekend. For Rivers United, they are the top again. I expected them to be yesterday because El Kanemi Warriors, it wasn't going to be an easy game, but Rivers United cleared my doubts. They showed trust of champion, and now they have 2 points ahead of Rangers. Yes, they have 2 away games, but if they can manage to get at least 1 point from either of those games, they will still be home and dry. And I see them consolidating on the victory yesterday to extend their good form. Since they came back from the league, they've just lost after their CAF Confederations tourney. They've just lost a game, and they lost a game. I'm not sure.
Yeah, you just lost the game against Bayelsa United.
Against Bayelsa, won that completed the job. And since then, they got a point away at Eimba. They got the victory against Califati there, and they've gotten the victory against El Kanemi Warriors against the So they should just manage themselves, and I see them to be home and dry. Remember, they've lost just 3 games all season long. That's to show you how good they have been this season, both home and away. So for Rivers United, their job is cut out for them. The title is in sight. You're ahead of your pack. You have 2 games in hand. Just get at least a point from those games and should be home and dry. But they can't slip up now because they have it's like Rangers chasing behind them. They've won the title before. They've been there. Fidelis Lechukwu is one man you shouldn't look down to. So it's going to be a very strong finish at the end of the season. Even though if Rangers don't get to fight for the title, they can't slip up as well because the chasing back for the continental ticket is still very much on. So it's exciting times in MPFL, and we expect high quality football matches from the teams by the end of the season.
All right, beautiful. Let's look at what the table is looking like. If we can have that displayed at this point in time as we look forward to games on Friday over the weekend. There you have it. You have Rivers United. You have Ikorodu City, Rangers International, Nasarawa United, Abia Warriors. In that fit, Benden Insurance. You look at El Kanemi Warriors also. Then you have Kun Khalifat, Kwara United, Remo Stars in that Pedro. Kano Pillars also look like a team for relegation. I'm just going to ask you quickly, if you look at the relegation battle, what do you think is going back to?
A lifeline for them right now. The league has been thrown open. A lifeline for them right now. The league has been thrown open. Both at the top of the league. There are dominoes that we didn't expect to happen. If some results had gone some way, would have sealed and done. But right now, with teams are in and around them still struggling for their own fixtures as well, I don't see Remo Stars getting ahead, but they can get a lift from other teams that are around the relegation drop and stay up. But for me, I expect them to drop to the end
I think it's really funny to see Remo Stars, after losing 16 games, and they have a 2 point to escape relegation if they are to escape. Because you look at where Wiki Tourist are, you look at where Kano Pillars, it's funny, honestly speaking.
From the 14th position, even let's say from the 13th position, from Niger Tornadoes down to the log, the points in between them. That's why I said the results over the weekend was what threw it open.
Yeah, that threw it open for them to escape.
So that's why I said they have a lifeline now. Those teams, the results that happened over the week, if they had lost or not get the maximum point over the weekend, I would have said confirmed. But right, even the team at the bottom of the log has 29 points. That's to show you, it's just 5 or 6 points away from the 15th position. So if they can get a run of form and get 2 or 3 games
on the bounce,
it's going to push them up of the table. So right now, it's exciting times for football fans, but for teams that have fans that have their teams in the relegation battle, they don't want to see that right now.
All right, beautiful. That's the update coming through from the NPFL table match day 28. Definitely tomorrow we'll be giving you more update on the local front. Let's move away from that and let's talk about the 12 days countdown, and we are now getting all the updates from CAF as at now. And we said it yesterday, and it's worry times at this point. Abiola, we are back again saying the same story. Nothing yet, 12 days to go.
Yes, I'm surprised that we don't have any definite direction on whether the tournament will hold or to be shifted. And CAF has not been definite. It's really bad at this level. We should know whether the tournament is going to go ahead or is going to be shifted. But I'm feeling that it's likely not to hold at this time. I'm having that deep feeling that it's not likely to hold. Because Morocco, naturally, they have all the facilities in place. But I think there's something that they're not telling us. So I feel the tournament may not hold because of what happened during the Nations Cup. The bad backlog, I mean, the challenges that came with the Nations Cup, they are still there for everybody to see, and it has not been cleared. So I hope something can be done very quickly, or else I don't think the tournament will go.
It's a bad record for African football at the end of the day if we are not able to hold the WAFCON set for 17th of March.
Yes, it's a bad record, but I feel they should just get a proper channel to disseminate their information to the world. We see competitions happening in 100 days, and we see the countdown on major channels displaying 100 days to social competition, 30 days, 15 days, 20 days, it's 3 months. It's just 12 days, less than 2 weeks, and we still don't have an official confirmation if it's going on or not. With Morocco, there were talks about their league going on, but if the league was going to be going on, shouldn't have competed or gone for the hosting rights. You've won the hosting rights, you know this is the timeline for the competition. Now you're coming up with stories of, yes, we have our league going on, we can't place a pause over it. That's not the right way to go. You can't hold the continent to ransom, and that is on CAF. They're giving them the chance to do what they like. If they are giving you shady stories or not, throw it open to other countries that are willing. There are countries, South Africa have shown interest for hosting this competition to meet up with the timeline that was slated since the hosting rights were given to Morocco. So I don't see a problem with that or saying coming out. But now we don't have any news. At the beginning of the week, we expected them to come out with something with the NT, and teams are already going for are preparing their teams for the competition. Nigeria played the double header against Cameroon. Ghana had friendlies over the weekend as well. So it's just sad that at this stage and time, in this hour, we don't have any definite news coming out from either CAF or even Morocco saying we are not ready to host this competition. Let other teams or let teams that have prepared their logistics for this competition find their way around. For players that left their club hoping to participate in this competition, they are creating discourse between them, and I don't think it's the right way to go. It's going to affect the image of Africans going forward, because this is the world stage. This is the competition of the continent. It's not a local competition. It's not a regional competition. It's the continent. If the showpiece event of the continent is having issues like this, I don't think it's right at all. And CAF, I hope they figure that out as soon as possible. Or maybe by the end of the day or by the end of the week, we have something concrete and say, okay, this competition is going to go on, it's not going to go on. Let these players or these teams prepare themselves better going forward.
Amazing. All right, that's the update coming through from CAF and also the situation surrounding the WAFCON. Remember, just 12 days to go, and we hope that we get a concrete report about the situation preparation of this year's WAFCON. Let's move away from that and let's talk about the Super Eagles of Nigeria. As we got the report that the claims are not true from ruling. That's coming through from the NFF Director of Communication at ruling. That's coming through from the NFF Director of Communication at Demola Olajare, saying that these informations are not true. Yeah. For you, we are still in this peg hole, giving ourselves the hopes that we are going to make the World Cup ticket with this situation around DR Congo. But yesterday we had a report that we are not in that place. The NFF has come out to say those information are not true. FIFA has not given us any information yet. Whatever it is that's been displayed is coming from November 25th last year.
Yeah, I think I'll advise Nigerians to wake up from their dream because we are just trying to go through the back door.
And the back door is not the way.
And the back door is not the right way because FIFA also, they are being a bit diplomatic about the issue because the playoffs are supposed to hold this match.
Yes, this match. Yeah.
And I think FIFA they're trying to be a bit technical about it. They will try to drag the information to somewhere close to the time, so that there won't be an opportunity to go to CAS for appeal. I think that's what I'm predicting.
Okay.
So Nigerians will just accept their fates and prepare for the next competition. And that's just it. There's no shortcut about it.
There's no about it. Do you agree also?
I agree, and over the time,
so we're all saying the back door is not the way.
It's not. Everybody knows that.
But if the front door is locked and we can access the front door, we can also go back to say, okay, how do I gain entrance to my house?
Yes, you can go, but it's not for FIFA to open the back door. FIFA has the chance to say yes, you can pass the back door or not.
But it's left for FIFA to say the keys to you.
The keys to you. So and Nigeria didn't do their work well. We should have defeated DR Congo and avoided this back and forth of we're going to CAS. That's not the right way to do. We know football is settled on the pitch. When it drags down to legal battles and all, it's not the right way to go. And for this competition now, if these players were been allowed to play, to prosecute these qualifiers up until the beginning of the qualifiers, up until the playoffs, I don't think it's going to be an issue for just a two-legged tie affair. Because it's only Nigeria that played this DR Congo throughout this tourney. So Nigeria couldn't get to the fall of the competition. If Nigeria can claim that these players are ineligible for the competition, Cameroon can also come. Other teams that were in the same group with DR Congo can also come and say we want the 3 points from them and add it to our own, or different disputes will retrieve from that. So I think we should just go past that. And it's only funny for me that only when the reports of Nigeria not going to the World Cup comes out is when the NFF are very assertive and sharp in countering that information and say you have to wait for the official news from
but when we're talking about salaries and
allowance, it takes long for them before they answer. So Nigerians, like you said, should wake up, and if it comes their way, everybody's hoping it comes Nigeria's way because we want to see Nigeria at the World Cup. If it comes, fine. And for NFF now, they are saying there hasn't been an official statement from FIFA. Are they preparing towards a favorable? Because we shouldn't get to get a favorable verdict, and it's that time.
At the end of the day, we're not prepared for it.
So if you feel it's going to go your way, there should still be background movements of putting things in place for the competition, for the playoff, and for the World Cup later this year as well. So if they are expecting a favorable result, they shouldn't just come out and debunk news and say FIFA has not said anything. They should also be working in the background, because if they later get it and they are not ready for it, it's going to be a sad one and a slap on their face.
Okay, amazing. And that's the update coming through from the camp of the Super Eagles, and we hope that we get more stories surrounding that verdict from FIFA. Let's move away from that and let's talk about the result yesterday in the MPFL. A massive game. You're looking at what is displayed to you right now. You see the running, and you also see the point. It's 7 point. Arsenal leading Manchester City. Manchester City with a game in hand right there. I'm going to start off with you, Sanuru. Let's just look at what's the situation with Manchester City this season. It's been a downtime for them in the Premier League this season.
Not necessarily a downtime. They're second on the log. It's normal. You don't have to be at the present. Arsenal has just been better this season, and for Manchester City, we all expected the City of 3 or 4 years ago, I said in my intro, that forfeited the Premier League. When it comes to the running, you see them wake up and win 15, 16 games on the bounce. nobody will be able to stop them. But this season, they've had different issues. They've not been able to find goal scorers in their midst. Phil Foden has not been that guy. He's won the PFA before. That's to show you how good he is. But this season, it's not it. And in Haaland, for the first half of the season, he's pushed City for so long that he could do. But now the goals have dried up. Antoine Semenyo came in. He's doing his bit, but still, that's not enough. If you can't shut out defenses from your opponents and you ship in goals, you have to pay for it, and that is what is happening to them right now. If they had won the game yesterday, they have reduced the deficit back to 5 points.
5 points.
But
with the game in hand also.
With the game in hand also, but now with the game in hand, it's not even looking like they win the game in hand because the performance from them yesterday wasn't it. When they face teams that are ready to defend and play low blocks, they find it very hard to break down because they don't have those creative midfielders of the likes of De Bruyne, David Silva, those players that opened up defense and gave chances for players like Haaland to go. Now they have to really O'Reilly, Semenyo is that direct player, Matheus Nunes is not that prolific guy that would tear your defense apart. So for them, it's been a problem for Guardiola and his boys this season. They've not been able to assert their dominance like they've done over the years. So for Arsenal, it's a good one for them. They are looking like title of football. For Manchester City, they should still finish in top two position, maybe second or third. But with the performance they turned out yesterday, I don't see them up topping Arsenal for the end of the season.
I want to ask you quickly, can Manchester City still chase Arsenal to the very end?
I don't think so. Because you look at Man City recently, they've been shopping and shoving. The team is not even stable yet somehow. With all the additions they added in January, you know, they're still not there. And I'm beginning to think deeply about Guardiola, because most of the time, most of the clubs Guardiola has stayed, he has never stayed this long in any club. I'm beginning to feel that maybe that factor is coming back to haunt him. It takes 3-4 years max, but he has stayed the longest now in Man City. So maybe that fear factor is gone, that guile that he has is gone. So it's just peppering everything around, trying to manage the cracks. But this is not the Guardiola that we know. This is not the City that we know. You know, even the fact that I just playing them, the fear factor is there. But now everybody, Bournemouth, if Bournemouth can be picking points from City, I mean, it's something is really wrong somewhere. Yeah, I guess Guardiola has lost that factor.
Yeah, it's just the mojo. But let's say you know, the running can go. It's just you know, 7 points. I remember it's not over until it's over. Let's welcome.
This can break Arsenal can wake up and drop points.
I agree.
City can just the way City have dropped points, Arsenal are able to drop points. So it's
but I'm thinking something I'm thinking. By next week, when the heat of the Champions League comes in, I just hope Arsenal will not bottle it, because by the time Arsenal is playing on 3-4 fronts, you know, they're still chasing the quadruple FA Cup. So
but Arsenal is a very strong side.
I'm talking of fatigue and maybe injury.
I agree. I agree with that. It's the same thing that happened. That was the same thing that happened to Arsenal last 2 seasons. Also,
just one injury.
Just one injury. You know, crumbling the team.
Arsenal don't have as much players as they have right now. They don't have as much quality as they have last season.
So are you saying the players they have are quality players? They are not quality players. They are quantity.
They have quality players.
So is Noni Madueke a quality player?
Yes, he's a very good.
Christian Nonga is a quality player.
There are question marks about Christian
So
Nonga,
they're not quality players. They're squad players. They're not quality.
The likes of Eze, the likes of Noni Madueke.
Eze in the last 5 games could not turn out the result until he saw Tottenham Hotspur yet again.
Yes,
it's one time. And also Martin Odegaard is not stepping up this season.
You won't compare last season. They had just Martinelli last season. They had only Martinelli. They had Kai Havertz.
You had Trossard.
You had Trossard. So this is like.
You see the same point. You see the same players.
No.
So you said he has quality players. So I'm asking. I mentioned 5 of the quality players he has as squad B to execute job if the team A are not executing the job for him.
Noni Madueke is
he's a quality player to you?
Yes, he's going to start for some teams in the top 6 this season. Kai Havertz is there. He's not getting all the playing time. Gabriel Jesus is also decent on his day. They have Zubimendi. They have loads of players that can prosecute against for them. They didn't spend up to €1 billion just to pack players into the. You see that if Arteta can manage his squad very well, I think they should still be able to get the title.
I'm going to be here to remind Nuruddin.
I'm not disagree.
Arsenal. I'm actually going to disagree, but I'm saying it live here that Arsenal are actually going to bottle this league, and that is life. And I'm going to say it again: Arsenal are going to bottle this league, and Manchester City are going to put their hand on the trophy because, just like you said, the runs of game are going to set in for Arsenal. The Champions League against Bayern Leverkusen.
City as well have those runs of games. They have the same amount of games.
But it's the mentality that matters. They have not been able to have that mentality the last 2-3 seasons. That's what I'm saying.
But this season, we said they switched from playing beautiful football to
we'll see how far that one goes. Also, Chelsea picked up the victory against Aston Villa. Unai Emery is going through the hardest of times at this point in time. João Pedro getting out of Copama in the score sheet. Abiola, for you, fantastic one for Liam Arsenal.
Yeah, Chelsea, I dug my heart for them. They played very brilliant game, and João Pedro with a hat-trick, Copama lighting up the midfield. And one thing I'm beginning to see is that Unai Emery, something is really wrong somewhere because he has lost 3 home games in a row. So they are going to drop out of the top 6. The way it's going, I see Villa dropping out of the top 6. They have a dip in form now, and the players are not they're not up in their game. So they're going to make top 6 the way it's going.
We need to move with the speed of light because of our time. I'm going to talk about the game between Manchester United. For you, Michael Carrick, finally getting a defeat in 2026, and also as a manager for Manchester United. A fantastic kind of form for him, but what did not take right for him yesterday? I'm not going to, you look at, just like you said, Tara Malacia, for you, awful defending.
That's to show you why he has been on the bench for a while. We see him just come to game, kitted up as a squad player, and that justifies the decision of the coaches over time to leave him out of the squad. It's not at the level you'd expect a player for Manchester United to be, and they paid for it daily yesterday. And I think for Manchester United, it's been coming. We mentioned that they've been slow to start games, and yesterday again, they were very slow in the first half. Bruno Fernandes, he got a penalty he considered a penalty for them, but he was able to redeem himself by giving the assist to to Casemiro. Now on 14 assists this season, he's having the form of his life, leading the assist log. But for Manchester United, even with the 10-man Newcastle are more cohesive, and we've had complaints about their defenses this season, but they had the answers to it yesterday night, and they were resolute in their defense. Even with 1 man down, they were able to shoot their goalkeeper. The goalkeeper was on top from Ramsdale. He stood in for Nick Pope after they allowed Everton to get the victory over the weekend. And Ramsdale looks like a man that wants to step into the sticks for them. He made some quality saves, and before the counter-attack from Newcastle, or not to take anything away from the goal from Osula, very beautiful goal, top bin, fantastic goal, but horrible defending from Tara Malacia. Luke Shaw was coming back from illness. I think that was why he got off early. Ugarte came on for Casemiro. I think those were the factors that affected Michael Carrick yesterday. He didn't have the players that had prosecuted the wins for them. Even Kobe Mainu came off in the 75th minute. And that's one of the players that have played the whole 90 minutes since the reign of Michael Carrick. But the defeat was going to come at some point. It's that fantastic football run of form. First defeat in 12 games for Manchester United. They were unbeaten in 2026 up until yesterday. So they were not going to win all games. At some point in time, the dip was coming, and it's just for him to go back to the drawing board, give them, and they have 11 days now to their next game. So he has enough time to go back to the training ground, check the videos from what happened, what went wrong in the game, and give the players the chance more. For Michael Carrick, good one for him. He cemented his name in the hearts of Manchester United fans, and I know they won't go back on him just because of this loss. So going to the St. James's is not an easy one. We know it's a difficult one, but not being able to get the victory is not a bad one. That's not the end of life. They are seated on the log, like I said, 3 points ahead of Aston Villa, Liverpool, and Chelsea. So the race for the top 3 or top 4 position is still on, and they are still in pole position because those other teams that are chasing them have flurry of games to play. Aston Villa in the Europa League, Chelsea and Liverpool are still in Champions League, and the 3 teams still have the FA Cup to contend with. So it's still exciting times for them. They have just one game week in, week out now between the end of the season, except times they have to play the double game weeks and all. So it's still good times for Michael Carrick. They should still be good and comfy at the end of the season in the top position.
Beautiful. That's what we'll be looking forward to at the end of the day against for Manchester United, Michael Carrick and his boys. Let's move away from that. We got update from the world of basketball quickly. But before you do that, let me just inform you that, like I said, Real Sociedad have their feet against Atletico Madrid, the Copa del Rey. Mikel Oyarzabal getting a goal right there, fantastic. Also, Lazio against Atalanta, the Copa Italia, the first leg, the game ended 2-2, and that's one game you need to look forward to for the second leg. Remember, Como also going to take on Inter Milan and the San Siro for the second leg, and Lazio also going to play Atalanta right there for the second leg. Let's take update from the world of basketball.
Yeah, quickly. Western Conference is eating up. OKC Thunders, they nicked it just by 3 points over New York Knicks.
Beautiful.
Chet Holmgren was the star of the game.
Yeah.
Then Charlotte Hornets 118 versus Boston Celtics 89. Brandon Miller took the show. Sixers had 106 win against Utah Jazz 102. Tyrese Maxey was the man of the star of the game. Trailblazers 122 versus Memphis Grizzlies 114. Just two very close game call in that game. Hawks 131 versus Bucks 113. Then the LA Clippers 130 versus Pacers 107.
107, fantastic. There you have to the screen. Looking at those images, you look at these players putting up the show right there, and it took a Shea Gilgeous-Alexander to get all 3 points, 103 to 100, to get the victory for the OKC. There you have it, the Western Conference standing. OKC are topping that one. We have the Western and we have the Eastern Conference right there. Let's look at the Eastern Conference and let's look at the team also topping there. There you have it. You have the Detroit Pistons also topping that one at the Eastern Conference. So we're going to give you a rundown of what's happening in the world of tennis as we wrap up the show this wonderful morning.
In the world of tennis, India Wells is going on right now for the ATP and the WTA Masters, 1,000 points. And Carlos Alcaraz, the man of the moment, is yet to start and is yet to know his opponent for the round of 64. But by the end of the day, we should get that. For Jannik Sinner, he's going to get his own best later tomorrow. For the defending champion Jack Draper, is yet to get his own opponent as well. But by the end of the qualifications and first round of matches today, they should know their opponents. And on the WTA front, Aryna Sabalenka over the weekend before the competition started, she got engaged to her business.
Beautiful. She got engaged.
Yes, she got engaged. She was
I wish you could have that picture. Fantastic one to see.
She was proposed to.
So even in sport, you can fall in love.
Yeah, the picture.
Yeah, fantastic.
It was beautiful season. Players from both the WTA and the ATP have congratulated her going to competition. But worrying time for players that played in the Middle East because of the tensions and all surrounding that. Some of them were first asked to pay some amount of money to be able to ship that, but the ATP and WTA stepped in and later evacuated them successfully, and that led to the late arrival of what's his name, Daniil Medvedev, into America to compete in the ATP Indian Wells as well. But now he's there. We're going to see more of that. And on the WTA front, Aryna Sabalenka, like they saw, she still leads the women's ranking top 10. You show that. And on the men's front, on the ATP front, Carlos Alcaraz is still leading the way. Adding the pattern 2026. Completed the career slam, still 12-0 this season, and we are here to see. Last season, he was defeated in this competition by Jake Draper, the current defending champion in the India Wells. So this season, are they going to match up again? Are they going to meet in the final? Or is Jannik Sinner going to get into the final this time around? Loads of questions to ask, and we expect to see exciting times in the world of tennis.
Beautiful. That's the update coming through from the world of tennis. We'll be giving you more updates. And that's a wrap on today's sport update from Arsenal. A growing advantage in the Premier League title race to Newcastle, dramatic 10-man victory. Real Sociedad Cups final qualification, and Rivers United return to the MPFS Summit. It's been another action-packed period across global sport. And as countdown continues towards the Women's African Cup of Nations, many fans will be open for clarity in the coming days. I am Abe Paul Toluwanimi, and that is your Dominion Sport Update. We're going to see you again tomorrow. Make sure you stay tuned for more news, analysis, and highlights, because the game never stops. Bye for now.